The heartbeats of Lake Titicaca express the extraordinary diversity of the South American continent, a mystical strength born in the millenary Andes where legends, history and mysticism are one sole reality. The sacred lake of the Incas is a promise to the future and a joy to those who explore its waters and mysterious treasures. Emerging from crystalline waters, Lake Titicaca is the source of life of the Andes cultures. The cry of a gull, the soft lap of the waves on a reed boat, and perhaps somewhere near, the melancholic sound of a panpipe are part of the lake's serenity. Once you arrive at this fascinating destination, you will be transported to a wonderful world of living millenary cultures. The traveller may arrive from Cusco and Puno in Peru, or from La Paz in Bolivia. Passing along picturesque villages such as Pomata and Juli, travellers from Puno will arrive at the shrine of Copacabana to visit the Dark Virgin at the local cathedral and the Indian street market. After visiting the local church, you will board a modern and panoramic hydrofoil. This is the start of an unforgettable cross-cultural experience where you will be witness of the authenticity of the Andean roots. Bolivia, a place where culture remains intact, treasuring our ancestors' legacy. A place where people respect Mother Nature, never challenging her or hurting her. The first stop of the cruise is Moon Island, where you can still feel the presence of the Virgins of the Sun, native maidens chosen for the gods to keep alive the Incas' eternal fire at the Inac Auyu Temple, the largest of Lake Titicaca. Our next stop is Sun Island, where the sun god sent his son and daughter, Manco Capac and Mama Ocllo, to found the Inca Empire. A mystical place where time seems to have stopped and where silence became eternal. The immensity of this sapphire blue mirror transports us to another world, as fascinating as many colours of the land and skies inserted in endless landscapes. You will feel the magic of the Sun Island by drinking its sacred waters, inexhaustible source of youth, wisdom and happiness. Under the magic scenery of the Royal Range of the Andes, you will enjoy delicious Andean dishes prepared and served by native hands at our panoramic and archaeological restaurant, Umacollo, which interior wall is an authentic Inca Tacana terrace. A picturesque local Indian market complements this gorgeous place. Once more on the sacred lake, it is time to follow an ancestral tradition to bless visitors with water from the sacred fountain of the Incas. Meanwhile, you will enjoy a typical Bolivian drink. But Sun Island traps many visitors who decide to spend the night at La Posada del Inca Eco Lodge, an old hacienda, an irresistible invitation to wake up to the most grandiose sunrise in the world. You will also live some other unforgettable experiences, like walking down the Inca roads together with proud llamas who will carry your luggage to the Posada del Inca at the top of this mystical island. It is also an opportunity to jump back in time, visiting the well-preserved ruins of Pilcocaina. The seigniorial Posada del Inca rises in the middle of pastoral scenery. With an excellent service, the cozy farmhouse is fed by solar energy, offering visitors 20 comfortable, well-equipped rooms with electric blanket. After crossing the narrow Strait of Tequina, we may provide on request the floating islands of the Urus y Ruitos, which are always included in the cruises going north, From this age-old ethnic group, only 32 families have survived, still speaking Puquina, the mother tongue of the Aymaras and the Incas. Some of these families decided to return to their natural habitat, and they built their bobbing, floating islands, as well as their rustic houses built of totora reed. The cheerful children welcome us to the islands. They are really unique, and Trillion Tours is supporting them in their 5,000 years of history by creating a tourism sustainable project in Kewaya with specially designed greenhouses. The non-transgenic products cultivated by the Urus Iruitos are bought and used in the diverse menus at both our hotels. An unforgettable encounter with this culture which has survived through time and space on Titicaca sacred water. After this fantastic cruise, the Inca Utama Hotel and Spa is waiting for us on one of the most panoramic shores of Lake Titicaca, Watahata. A different hotelier concept characterizes this unique hotel, which harmonizes comfort with a cross-cultural experience. Surrounded by many illustrative spaces which bring us closer to the past, we will enter the Altiplano Museum, displaying Tiwanaku art, Inca jewelry, as well as glances from the colony. The breeze from the lake and the humid fragrance of the earth help us to a better understanding of the daily life in the Andean eco-village. Meanwhile, an old Indian woman spins her alpaca wool under the watchful eye of one of the village's proud Andean animals. Different facets of their daily life allow us to join the artisans making ceramics, masks, sandals, and the famous bowler hats used by our Aymara Cholita women. The Puya Raimondi, a unique cactus growing over 20 meters and blooming every 120 years, is part of this cultural site, as well as the native children's park with their traditional Andean games. You can shake hands with living history, meeting the Limachi brothers, builders of the Ra-2 and Tigris balsa rafts for Thor Heyerdahl's epic expeditions, and the Abora II, the first 21st century reed boat which crossed the Mediterranean Sea, which included Fermin Limachi in the crew. After enjoying these visits, you can continue to La Paz or stay at the Inca Utama Hotel and Spa. If so, when the sun sets, we will immerse ourselves in a magic world where a wise Kalyawaya who heals the body and the soul will reveal our future by casting his sacred coca leaves in a quiet room in front of a flickering fire. It is now time for a romantic candlelight dinner served at the Sumac Mutavi restaurant to enjoy local and international cuisine, as well as folkloric music and dances. A little later, a fantastic encounter with the universe at the Alakpacha Native Observatory and our modern telescope. You will learn about the wisdom of our ancestors and their knowledge of the infinite cosmos. Spend a very special moment at the Muzinha Bar or the Choza Nautica restaurant on the water. The perfect way to end the day on Lake Titicaca. Next day, you can opt to take a new cruise from Watahata to the island of Calauta, the largest necropolis on the lake with mortuary towers of 2 and 3 floors. There, an aptapi awaits us, a native picnic we will share with the local natives. At the end of that afternoon or the following day, you can continue to La Paz. La Paz, in the heart of the Bolivian Andes, is a mixture of ethnic races and cultures where any corner, any street, is a hidden treasure which inspires a new adventure. Unusual museums, mystical places such as the Witch Doctor's Market, the Moon Valley, and colorful handicraft markets are the highlights of the most picturesque city in the world. Before arriving in La Paz, you can visit the colossal ruins of Tiwanaku, the cradle of the Americas civilizations. Dating back to 1500 BC, Tiwanaku was an almost perfect example of social, political, and economic organization. The Temple of Kalasasaya and the Sun Gate, the monoliths and the Akapana Pyramid are an example of their great civilization and glorious past. The Lithic Museum is guarded by the solemn monolith Bennett, one of the examples of Tiwanaku's splendid past. This wonderful experience will be part of your cherished memories, and your mind will always evoke each moment, each of the magic places you have visited, and each one of the warm people you have met. As you skim the deep blue waters of the sacred lake, you will also remember the quiet, proud faces of Bolivia, and in your soul you may hear again the plaintive notes of the panpipe fading away, fading